Hey guys, welcome back to Burst Review. Now, many of you guys have seen this gun in my other videos. This is the Galil Ace in 7.62 by 39. It feeds from standard AK magazines, includes a AKP mag in the box. And this is the very, very attractive RS Regulate GAR 10MR key mod. Excuse me, key mod. M-Lock handguard, and I think it's probably the most attractive option out there that I've seen, and it's absolutely bomb-proof. The guys at RS Regulate make great kit. Anyway, so a couple of days ago, I was in the middle of doing a review for Firearm News on the new ATI Galil, which is their Galil carbine that they actually build off of parts kits, and it got me thinking. The Galil Ace is supposed to be a direct upgrade from, or a linear upgrade, a linear improvement from the original ARM and the ARs, right? The Galils. And I wondered, is that really true? So I figured we'd take a little bit of a closer look at some of these guns, some of the offerings, and make probably a highly subjective decision on that, but one that'll involve slinging tons of lead down range and a bunch of trigger time. So I like that. Anyway, let's try this guy out first. I've got my Trijicon battery-powered ACOG, a 7.62 suppressor provided by Silencer Shop, and of course that RS Regulate mount on this guy. And let's see how this Galil runs. I'm gonna shoot the dirt first. You can hear how loud it is. And it is definitely still supersonic. 7.6239 is not a subsonic cartridge, not by a long shot. And the AK itself does not actually make the best suppressor host. And so you might go, okay, but what's that have to do with the Galil? Fair enough, the Galil is very heavily influenced by the AK. Very heavily influenced. The Ace, not so much, but definitely a long stroke, piston-driven action with a self-regulating gas tube. It's hard to see from back there, but there's 3 holes here, just like on the original Galil, which makes for a very reliable firearm, but not a terribly quiet one. Anyway, we'll shoot some steel. Some further away steel. See if I get that really small one out in the distance. Oop, a little bit low. A little bit low. Oh, out of ammo. See if I can actually reach the other mag. Yep. Left side charging handle, so you guys that are more accustomed to the AK, you don't have to do the reach around maneuver. Are we still doing phrasing? Let's see if I hit that little guy. Oh, I didn't zero it first, I should have. Hey, there we go. Nice. Now it's a little bit heavy with the suppressor on it, but it is a very overbuilt firearm. I mean, it uses a milled receiver. It's got a continuous optics rail mounting platform. A lot of the features of the Ace are heavily influenced by the micro Galil that came out following the original Galil ARM and AR series of carbines, assault rifles, etc. It's a numbered optics rail. It's really nice. Now let's take a closer look at the ATI Galil. Now this is that ATI Galil rifle. It's a surplus Israeli mag. And you'll notice it's got a very distinct looking L-shaped charging handle, but despite that, this thing is easily recognizable as an AK, or at least a heavily AK influenced design. Now this model, like the majority of the Galils built by Israel, is chambered in 5.56 and feeds from these Galil magazines. Let's take this guy for a spin. This is running Winchester's 55 grain M193. Now you'll notice there's almost no recoil. See if I can do some hammered pairs. Mag's a little stiff. The Galios, as they ship, come with a intrafused Tapco magazine, which are much maligned, but actually very functional, and they feed very, very well in this carbine. These guns ship with a Tapco intrafused magazine, though some of them accept surplus magazines. Apparently some of them don't. Really unclear on the details at the moment, but I gotta say, I didn't expect to like this gun as much as I do. I mean, objectively, it's an outdated design compared to the Ace, right? It is. Mounting optics is very, very difficult. This one lacks the proper cut on the receiver, but even if it didn't lack that cut, the way those mounts attach is a dog leg, like on an AK, except because of this charging handle, the mount has to go up about that high and then level off. So you're getting like a chin weld at best. It's a very awkward setup. Yes, they make railed gas tubes, not the sturdiest platform to mount optics on. I mean, it'll do for close quarters fighting, no doubt. I mean, shoot, the designers of the Galil mounted their rear sight to the dust cover. And if you know anything about AKs, you know that's a huge no-no. But yet, it's still, in my testing, held zero out to like 300 yards. So, I mean, it does its job. Is it a precision rifle or precision platform? No. But I mean, tell me about one AK that is. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the old gal. It's a ton of joy to shoot for sure. I'm getting used to the safety still. The safety on the Ace is the invert of the one on the standard Galil. So on this guy, it's hard for you guys to see. It is clear. As I push forward, it's moving the safety lever up to safe. Down is to fire. Forward to safe. The opposite of like U.S. firearms traditionally. Like think about the M1 Garand has the safety in the trigger guard. You push towards the enemy for fire, towards yourself for safe. Logically makes sense. M14, same thing. Apparently, some of these Galils actually do have, not the ones from ATI rather, but some of the ones imported at some point do have the safeties reversed, so that forward is fire and rearward is safe. In fact, one of the guns that Ian from Forgotten Weapons, I believe the first Israeli Galil that he checked out, was actually in that configuration and he failed to notice it. Which is interesting, considering he's supposed to be the end-all be-all. But I digress. We're not all perfect all the time, right? Even I make mistakes. This is the latest toy I got from IWI. This is the 308 Galil Ace pistol. Oh, baby. For those times when you want a room-clearing, flashbang, concussion, / semi-precision weapon, and you don't want to bring more than one gun to the party, right? This guy is ridiculous. It feeds from SR-25 pattern mags. This is a Lancer full of Blazer ammunition, I believe. There's a thorn in my glove, excuse me. And polymer handguard. I haven't yet gotten a new RS Regulate mount for it, and I've got on top here the new ACSS Cyclops prismatic unmagnified optic from Primary Arms, and thus far, really like it. Gotta say, very impressed. Now, I know some of you guys, when I posted a photo of this a few days ago, said, oh man, I want to hear that thing. Oh yeah, you're about to hear it. Believe you me. All right, let's take it for a spin. So it's on fire. This guy is something else. Hold on to your butts. Literally puts the breath back in your mouth. Holy shit. This thing is awesome. What's interesting is it's a ton of blast at the end, right? There's really not much recoil to it. But you'll notice that uncharacteristically, I have earmuffs on. I also have earplugs underneath the earmuffs. This thing is like a cannon. I'm going to suppress it definitely in the full review video, but for the purpose of showing you guys this gun real quick, I just wanted to demonstrate just how blasty it is with that 2-chamber muzzle brake on the end, which is just massive. Now, this is not the magazine the gun actually ships with, by the way. This is a Lancer L7. It normally ships with a Magpul, I think they're called PMag SR25 or SP Mag 308, I don't know. I bought it a long time ago, the magazines, so I have no idea. But really, really cool and really reliable. So, is the standard Galil outdated compared to the Ace? I mean, objectively, yeah, but does that mean that you should never even consider buying a standard Galil over the Ace? No, definitely not. It's not dissimilar to when you have the inkling to buy a milled original, like Type 1, Type 2 AK-47 versus a stamped AKM. Yeah, the 47's heavier. Yes, the 47 doesn't necessarily have an optics rail, and maybe it doesn't tolerate abuse quite as well technically as an AKM, but still there's like a certain je ne sais quoi about it, if you will, that is just its own experience. And they're definitely all guns worth owning, if not for their practical ability, maybe for their historical significance. Anyway, guys, whew, that's fun, man. I'm getting sidetracked just thinking of it. So I'm like, oh god, this thing's badass. Anyway, thanks guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, swing by the Discord channel. I'll drop the link down below. And as always, be sure to keep an eye on the community tab, both for memes, political news, and of course, those times when I announce ahead of time that I'll be doing live streams. Thanks, guys.